Hey guys, my name is Pentalus, and today I'm going to show you guys how to play Nunu like the rank 1 player, and how to even hit rank 1 yourself if you play this champion for long enough. So a bit about me, I'm currently rank 1 on the NA ladder with 1000 LP, and I mainly play Nunu, it's my main champion. I also play a bit of Maokai, but I pick Nunu every game that's up. And I'm not last season Masters, but I've actually been Challenger for 4 years straight. But this is my first season getting this high elo because of how broken Nunu is right now. So, yep. A bit about me. I played the game for around like 10 years now. I picked up Nunu like 6 years ago. And I've been having a lot of fun with the champion. It's really good for climbing, and it's really good for solo carrying games as well. Because obviously you can see that I've hit rank 1 with it. So let's start off with Nunu. The first thing you want to do, locking Nunu in Champ Select, is take a look at the runes. I run this rune set 100% of my games. It's a Phase Rush tree with Phase Rush, Nimbus Cloak, Celerity, Water Walking, all movement speed runes, Eyeball Collection for a little bit of AP, Relentless Hunter, and then you're going to want to take CDR, movement speed, and health scaling. So you might notice there's a lot of movement speed in this build, and that's what makes Nunu so broken. Nunu loves movement speed. Everything about this character synergizes so well with movement speed that we've resorted to taking a full movement speed rune page just to get more results of this character. As you can see in game, this is because of the interaction with movement speed and Nunu Snowball. The faster you are, the faster the snowball goes, and the faster the snowball goes, the more undodgeable it is. So in terms of going fast, of course, you're going to want to buy the fast pet in this game. And as for the clear, you kind of want to do the same clear every game. So let's just fast forward. Let's also just spawn enemy dummy in the lanes just to pretend like we're in a real game. So what you're going to want to do, you want to go start on red buff. Your general pathing is red Raptor Scrump. No matter what side you are, just do it every game. It's less thinking, it's pretty good. It works out really well in my games, and if I'm rank 1 hitting rank 1 with this clear every single game and nobody notices it, nobody's going to notice it in your games, man. The point of this gank, the point of this pathing is so that you can hit level 3 as fast as possible. So you want to Q the first red buff twice and smite it. Then you're going to want to roll your snowball all the way to raptors. Make sure that like your snowball actually hits every single one of the raptors. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head to the opposite side of the map and start to do Grump. So this pathing gets you level 3, and another key thing about this pathing is the enemy jungler can't really invade you and take that much. Previously, you can do pathings like Red, Raptors, Krugs, and then gank top, but the main problem with those types of pathings is the enemy jungler will just come into your bot side jungle and take all of your camps, but with this type of pathing, you don't have to worry about that. So after you're done these free camps, you want to level up your E, and this is the time where you want to look for ganks. So there's two ways you can, or there's two lanes to gank on this side. You can gank mid and bot lane if you start from this side of the map. If you start from the other side of the map, you can gank mid top lane. So just to show you what like a typical gank looks like, assuming the person is there, you kind of want to aim the snowball beneath them. So like if they walk down, then you can basically catch them walking down with your snowball. And the combo is pretty simple. Just dump all of your abilities that you can towards the opponent. Land your W, press E once, auto attack them, and then Q. I'll show a demonstration for the mid laner as well. Gonna want to gank right, aim your snowball behind the mid laner. Normally this will either kill the mid laner or burn flash. At least that's what happens in a lot of my games. As you can see here, you can activate Phase Rush. If the enemy decides to counter gank you, you can just run away with Phase Rush. Now after you've ganked, you're going to want to take the Scuttle Crab. So the Scuttle Crab is a really important objective for Nunu because it gives movement speed. It gives the stat the movements that Nunu loves. If you start a snowball on the Scuttle Crab, you're going to be way faster, and the enemy is going to have a much harder time trying to dodge your snowball. So after you do that, you just basically want to gank. Try to keep around 5 to 6 CS per minute. That's what I want to do. You need to stack your You need to stack your jungle pet as fast as possible. And yeah, after that, after you gank a couple of times, you should be basing. And the build is the same every game for me as well. So you want to start off with Dark Seal, boots depending on how much you've killed. You can also buy Amp Tome. And the first item you want to build into is Leandri's Torment. So this item really broke on Nunu right now. It's basically the same thing as Demonic last season, but this item basically makes it so you can clear camps a lot faster, so you don't have to be stuck on doing camps. And it gives you health, which you really like, and AP, which you also really like. Unfortunately, full AP builds are really hard to execute on Nunu. So this season, I've been settling on kind of a Bruiserish Nunu build. So just to show you some of the clear speed with this item, I'm going to do the blue buff with this item. So as you can see, the Leandris will like burn for 20 damage or 40 damage per second. And it's really fast on the clear completely. So after this item, you should be like around level 8. The skill order on Nunu is pretty simple. 1 max Q first, put points into R whenever possible, and E is your second max. Because E scales it's slow based on how many points it has. So then afterwards, after you finish Leandris, you want to finish your boots. You have two options here. You can go either Tab Eyes, Plated Seal Caps, or Mercury Treads. But in 99% of my games, I go Tab Eyes because Tenacity is a bad stat on Nunu because you can just dodge the CC. I'm not even joking. Like, you have so much movement speed on Nunu that you're expected to dodge all of the CC late game. So that's why I don't like going play steel caps on Nunu. So then afterwards, you have two options here. But you're going to want to build these two items like practically every game. You want to go Frozen Heart. If the enemy is 2 AP, 2 AD, they're doing like similar amounts of AP and AD damage to you. You want to go Frozen Heart first. And the second item you want to go is Recurrent. These two items are completely broken in patch 13.2 or 14.2. And it gives you a shit ton of health, a shit ton of resistances. You're not supposed to go Thornmill, but basically this is your core 3 items. And then for the last item, you can top your build off with Jack Show. So in order to play Nunu late game, the style of you playing Nunu does not change until you stack your jungle pet. Once you stack your jungle pet, Nunu can do some really disgusting tricks. So let's just pretend like the Skull Crab's taken. Once Nunu has the jungle item, he'll be able to go really fast out bushes. You can see our movement speed in a bush goes up from around 420 to 500. So then your snowballs will be a lot faster, and then basically what you want to do is you want to snowball down mid against like a ADC support duo who's in the middle of the lane, and then combo them, and then go behind them, press R, and that'll normally be enough to kill them. The same thing with bot lane. If you find like the bot lane is overextended, you can do a similar combo on the bot lane. So what you want to do is that with the bush and skull crab speed, you're a lot faster. So you're going to want to roll the snowball. And you can see we're reaching up to around like 800, 766 movement speed. Do the same combo, and then go behind them, land the E, and then press R. And that's basically your entire gameplay. Secure objectives whenever you can, but you really should be ending the game before you hit 4 dragons. Or Baron is easy to do on Nunu as well. You can never lose a smite because you have a 1200 damage smite and a Primal Smite, so I'll just show you an example of how you can like smite properly on Nunu. So let's assume this dragon is low. So what you want to do is that your kill range is actually higher than this. It's 2400. So you want to press Q and then smite at the same time. And then you can basically outsmite everybody in the late game. So yeah, that's basically a very simplified version of my gameplay every game. I follow the same plan every game, and Nunu is really strong if you do exactly what I do. I'm almost positive that anybody can play like 400 games of this if they're like bronze, and then if they keep the mental up, they can even hit masters by that time. And then afterwards, there's a lot of little tricks and tips you want to learn on Nunu, but those are more common with general macro and game sense. So yeah, even though Nunu might not be the strongest champion in low elo, you can tell that Nunu is a unique champion because he actually scales up in win rate a lot based on the rank. So like if you look at Iron, like the win rate is absolutely horrible, but that's because of people inting. But like if you look at bronze, silver, gold, the win rate is all in like the 46%. The rank is like pretty low. But then if you look at like diamond 2 plus, the rank is actually pretty high. Nunu is one of the better junglers. So yeah, Nunu is a good jungler if you know what you're doing. The hardest part about playing Nunu for me is not tilting, because it is really tilting playing a tank. It does no damage. But if you can control your mental, you can hit rank 1 as well. I really have no hands. You just need to play the champion well. And yeah, that's a guide on how to play Nunu.